Hello everyone, this is Tom from Dig with the Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we are going to be doing a really interesting comparison video between these two really fine Eastman orchestra models. These are both Eastman E1OMs, but one is a little bit more premium or a little bit more deluxe than the other, because here on my right I have the regular Eastman E1OM, but then here on my left I have the Eastman E1OM Deluxe. They are very similar, apart from a couple of features slash specs. So yeah, let's get into it right away. So both feature an all solid wood construction. Obviously also both are orchestra models with those same dimensions, that same body style. Both feature solid sapele back and sides, but as you can probably see right off the bat, both are done in a different style of finish. On the normal Eastman E1OM you get a true tone open pore satin finish, which is indeed satin. It doesn't really reflect in the light as much, and you then also feel those open pores of the wood, so it almost feels like that you're in direct contact with the bare wood. It does make for a kind of a raw feeling instrument. Feels really great and also just looks really cool. Again, kind of that raw theme looks quite badass if you ask me. But then here on the Deluxe you get a true tone high gloss finish, which you can definitely tell that it reflects in the light quite a lot. You get that then on the body, but then on the neck you've got a satin finish. But this is not the same satin that you find on the regular Eastman E1OM, because on the normal Eastman E1OM you still get that open pore satin finish, but then on the Deluxe version you get the pores first filled and then it is done in a satin finish, so you don't feel those bare pores of the wood as you feel on the regular Eastman E1OM. Another major difference, as you can also probably see, is that this one is quite pale compared to the Deluxe version, and that has to do with the fact that the Deluxe version gets a thermo-cured spruce top, which is supposedly supposed to make this guitar sound more broken in right out of the box, because this process kind of involves baking of the top so that the moisture level is then reduced before it is being put together in this final form, in order to kind of speed up the aging process and make this sound more broken in and more like old and like vintage, whereas the regular Eastman E1OM does not get that. So that is supposed to make this one sound better than the normal E1OM, but we will find out in a minute if that is indeed the case. This one also does get a pickup. This gets the Fishman Precis VT piezo pickup, whereas this one does not get a pickup. So yeah, but we cannot really compare those two because that would be unfair, because this one does not have one at all. And then all of these Deluxe features also then obviously come at a price, because there is a price difference between these two models. The normal Eastman E1OM is currently priced at 679 euros, whereas the Eastman E1OM Deluxe is priced at 889 euros. So approximately a 200 euro difference for the extra thermo-cured top treatment and then the high gloss finish and also the pre-installed pickup. So really the main differences that we will be comparing here is basically the tops, to see if this thermo-cured version does indeed sound better than the non-thermo-cured, which I'm also curious to hear and to find out, because I also personally own an Eastman that has a thermo-cured top, and I really don't know 100% sure if it is indeed better or not. So I'm also very much curious to hear how these two compare. But these same tonal differences can then also be applied for all of the other Deluxe models that you find made by Eastman, which are quite a lot nowadays. So yeah, again, very curious to hear how these two compare, so let's get to that part. But first, if you're interested in either one of these really fine Eastman E1OMs, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos or cool comparison videos like these of cool acoustics, electrics, bass guitars, amplifiers, even of that really cool stuff. So be sure to like us and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's hear how these two really fine Eastman E1OMs compare. Going to be playing some chords and then also some lead style playing, so that you can get a good impression of the thermocured version is worth the extra money as opposed to the non-thermocured version. So let's get to that part and take these really cool Eastman E1OMs for a spin. So there we have it, the Eastman E1OM and the Eastman E1OM Deluxe. Did you hear a difference? Be sure to comment and let me know what you guys heard. I definitely heard a difference, especially when playing it back and hearing it through my earphones. I can definitely tell you that the E1OM Deluxe does sound a bit more open. I think that it kind of fits the bill really well when it comes to the term of more broken in. It does really sound more, yeah, kind of like more all-rounded, whereas this one does sound a bit more stiff. Definitely both sound really good in their own right, but they do sound a little bit different. Very similar, as you would probably expect, because we got the same tone woods and the same type of construction, but indeed different. Also, a really big difference that I noticed was the feel, because of the finish, the open pore satin finish, true tone finish, compared to the true tone high gloss finish. Definitely feels different, and I definitely do prefer the deluxe version over the satin version. Probably also because I personally own an Eastman E3OME Deluxe that basically just feels the exact same as this one, because the only differences between this model and mine is the binding and the backwood material, but that you cannot feel. But as for the finish, this one feels the exact same as my own. So I'm maybe a little bit biased in that, but nonetheless, I did really prefer this one over the regular Eastman E1OM. Doesn't mean that this one feels bad by any means. They both sound and feel really great, but they are just really a little bit different. I definitely do think that the name, if you will, Eastman E1OM Deluxe is very much accurate. I definitely do think that this is just a little bit more a premium version of this one in more than one way. As for the finish, as for the sound, as for the feel, it is just a little bit more polished. And this one is still also really good, but it is kind of raw, if that makes sense, mainly also because of that open pore satin finish. And also as for the sound, because this one does sound a little bit stiff compared to the deluxe version. That may change in like a year if you play this one a lot. Maybe this will really break open really nicely in like a few months or in a year or so, but only time will tell really, so that we cannot know for certain. But yeah, all in all, I think that both are just incredible guitars in their own right, at their own price range, and you'll be very happy with either one of these. But if you do have the extra cash, then I would probably recommend going for the deluxe version over the normal version. But if the wallet is a little bit tight, or you just don't really want to spend all that much money, then the Eastman E1OM will definitely do the job really nicely, and will also really make you a very happy player. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Did you hear a difference? Which one would you prefer and which one would you pick? Both are still available on our website, so be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details if you are interested in either one of these. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.